written or oral. They in oral they might not be, or they could not easily write the answer, right? Or verbal, very hard. And the very good with this is that you can be pre-prepared. As an assessor, you can do a lot of thinking, right? To give the questions. You can make it hard for him, mind twisting, it will stimulate the child's brain to think, and that is good to measure his ability in learning. And also you can give a quick detailed snapshot of understanding, and so far you are on the way. Next is projects and assignments. Who likes this? Yeah. As a future educator in this class, projects and assignment is very common. Right now, I still have remaining projects and assignments, but that's just a silent assessment of my teacher. So somehow, as a future educator, we must be aware of those things. Students give task question to answer in written form. It is also a great way to consolidate understanding and provide evidence all in one place. So this could be a time consuming for the learner because he has to do a lot of research or do a lot of survey for the projects, and this could not be English could not be easy for the learner, and he might be having a hard time penning all those information or making paragraphs, and this can be a lengthy piece of work if not focused. So it means if we are not focused and we are off way, then we will be tracked down. It will get us off to the way because we are not concentrated to what we are doing. Another one is the RPL. This is a recognition of prior learning. As a future educator, it is very important that we first know the strength of the child. We first uh, know how far he is in the field of understanding the subject, and it saves time for the candidate. Yeah. So do you know why it saves time for the candidate? Not even for the candidate, but also for the assessor or for the teacher. If he kept on teaching what the child knows, then what would the child benefit from it? Nothing. So it is always uh, a safe way to know where the student stands in one subject, in a subject. You could not teach him, or you can teach him, but you will not get the main uh, thing that you want for the child. And there is also a question, do the assessment criteria match your qualification? So this is also one thing to consider in RPL. Make sure that what you are doing match your criteria. Witness testimony. This is an occupational competent individual validate a candidate can conduct a skill or task. So this is like, okay, stand in front and do this. Yeah, an actual. Let's see if he can do, and then while you are doing the assessment. And if he can, then you are on the right track of what you want for the child to improve. And this can be also recorded what has happened on a form. You can record those things, And it can also provide an alternative judgment, right? So we have the one being recorded, we have one in written. So up to you. May be useful when assessor can't observe. Yeah. So this is very nice. When you record, even though you could not observe him, but if you have recorded, then you can hear the the task of the child. If you say, okay, if you want him to speak, you can just record him. But also, in many cases, it can be difficult to confirm reliability. So sometimes, if you just ask from a student information or like requirements, sometimes it is hard to confirm it is if it is reliable, because maybe he just copied it from someone, or maybe he just make it copied it from the internet, or he made someone make it for him. Next is the work products. So this is the point where you will record communication. It's like the one, the testimony, and this is the output, the outcome, yeah, the evidence, if you will. Record of communication. You can also reports you have written. So these are your products. You know what? It saves times. It saves time. If you have had to do it before, why redo it as evidence? When you record something, you don't need to do it again. Why? Because you have recorded it. You can assess the child once in a while if you have recorded your conversation. And in the work products, this can contain confidential data. Of course, you ask him about some personal things, and that is recorded also. And this is also one thing that I was talking about a while ago in the work testimony. It may be hard to prove if it is the candidate's work. So in this case, that's why you are doing not only one kind of assessment, one kind of way. You are doing several ways, several tasks for him to do, to be able for you to assess him. And next is the principles of assessment. Yeah. Everything in life has principles, right? So assessment do. Assessment practices should be anchored on principles as provided by the Division for Early Childhood of the Council for Exceptional Students. Child and family-centered practices are term-based approach, application of individualized and appropriate process, and use of service and meaningful communication that adhere to ethical and legal practices are the recommendation provided by the DEC. And for the last slide, I would like to share with you that thus a variety of assessment methods and tools used for use of authentic measures, as well as involvement of the family, are necessary to make decisions for the placement and instructional planning. So in the assessment process we have discussed a while ago, this is something that you and the child is doing. This is not just you doing the process or the child doing the task, but it is both of you in the process. And to meet the needs of your child, of your student, or yeah, put yourself in it. Assess him, show him the best, and give him the best, and I am for sure that he will also do the best. If we do the assessment just just to say that I am a well-trained educator. I think you missed the point. I think the point here is you are assessing a student because you want to help him improve in one thing. And as Christians, it is always uh, godly that each one of us also do the assessment